Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a plaid tumbler using transparent vinyl. I have my prepped and painted 24 plump from the Seal Magnolia, a wet and wild brush from Dollar Tree, and the glitters of my choice. This is going to be a galaxy style design, so I picked as many different colors as I wanted for this type of style that I'm going to be glittering. So I chose, I don't know, maybe 10 different colors, I lost count, and I'm just sprinkling them on all around the tumbler in a galaxy style effect. So that is kind of what I was going for here. I was going for a galaxy look in blues and opals in honor of winter and Christmas time. So I just rotate the cup with my left hand while I'm lightly tapping on my glitter jar with my right hand. Now here's all the glitter that I just mixed up. I like to add this to any areas of the cup that need a little more glitter. I also use this in molds and other fun things like that. That is why I don't, change the sheet after every glitter. So I really just needed one coat of Mod Podge and glitter. Just around the rim is where it needed a little more coverage of glitter, and so I just added that Mod Podge to the rim only, and so I wouldn't have to do it in the entire cup. Now I'm going to add Diamond Magic to my epoxy. First coat of epoxy using Fast Set by Counterculture DIY. So I do about 2 to 3 coats or until the cup is smooth before we can apply this transparent plaid vinyl. So I did about 30 ml of epoxy here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the second coat. After 2 coats of epoxy, my cup was ready for sanding and rim cleanup. So again, using a crafting knife to remove any excess epoxy from the rim. This is done before any final coats of epoxy. That way, when you do end up applying that final coat of epoxy, you create a seal over all of this that you sanded and removed. So here I'm using a 120 grit sanding block after I have removed excess epoxy from the rim. Now, it is not recommended for you to add clear water slide or transparent vinyl over sanded cups. This is because the bottom is still going to be dull and the epoxy is not going to be able to give it back that shine. So I decided I wanted to try spraying this with clear Rust-Oleum instead of having to do another coat of epoxy and just seeing what would happen. So I know that sometimes when molds are dull, spraying them with clear sealer helps them gain their shine back. So I'm doing the same thing with this cup and seeing what happens. And so it looks like it did give it its shine back. I just waited about 10 minutes for it to fully dry, and then I moved on to the full plaid wrap. I usually remove the white space on the right before I start cutting, so I fold back about 1 inch and apply that as straight as I can to my tumbler before starting to wrap it fully all around. So with my left hand I'm removing the backing, and with my right hand I am smoothing it out onto the tumbler. This is just the easiest way that works for me. There's also the soap and water method. I just don't want to deal with water and having to remove the excess water from the cup afterwards, but definitely open to trying it. And so I just go all around, smoothing it out. Once it is all around, I trim the rim on the top and I cut the bottom with an edging tool for tumblers from Amazon. So just go all around and it will trim it perfectly. I am not good at straight lines, so this helps me a lot. And then of course we're going to cut the seam. So this pattern is not a seamless one. You could definitely measure it. And here I'm just removing that excess seam to get get it as straight as I can. So in this area, that's not going to be, that's not going to meet up exact. You can add some glitter into that, or you can use that space to add your decal so you can hide it better. It really doesn't bother me. I'd rather do this than have to glitter every single square. And so here you just see me poking any bubbles. So you poke very gently and then flatten it out with your finger. Any bubbles that you pop this way will not be noticeable once you add your epoxy. And I'm adding Diamond Magic one more time over this vinyl just to give it some more sparkle on the cup. And this is just personal preference. It's not really necessary. I go in very generous with this Diamond Magic because I love the sparkle that it provides, the extra sparkle it provides. And so I did one coat like this, and then I have to sand again, and then another final coat. Here's what it looks like after that one coat of fast set epoxy, and then we're sanding again to clean it up once more and make sure that we create a perfect seal with our final coat of epoxy, which will be medium viscosity from Counterculture DIY. And after about 4 coats, here's what it ended up looking like. I hope that you liked the cup and can't wait to see what you make with transparent vinyl. See you soon. Follow us on socials and subscribe. See you soon.